For 35 years, Subaru has been a world leader in design, technology, high performance, low emissions, and improved safety. The 2004 Impreza WRX STI is a new high-performance sedan loaded with features appealing to those who take their driving seriously. The design of the STI was greatly influenced by input from the Subaru World Rally team. From its high-intensity discharge headlights to the extra-large rear spoiler, the STI blends beauty and technology. Customers who appreciate vehicles designed for both performance and safety will have high expectations for their new STI. This means you technicians performing PDI service have the responsibility to meet those high expectations. Although the STI has the WRX heritage, it also has enough new features to require your close attention. This program outlines the proper procedures and recommended sequence for performing a pre-delivery inspection on the 2004 Impreza WRX STI. If you've done a PDI on an earlier Subaru model, you'll find the procedure for the 2004 STI similar. There's a pre-road test inspection, a road test, and a post-road test inspection. As always, remove the PDI checklist from the owner information kit in the glove box and record the vehicle identification number and the dealer code. After an appearance check of the outside of the vehicle, open the hood. The 2004 STI has an aluminum hood. Use care when handling, and especially when stowing the hood prop rod. Customers should be instructed in the proper stowage of the prop rod to avoid denting the hood. Like last year's WRX, the same precautions should be followed when working around the intercooler. It is not a tool tray and should be covered when service work is being performed. To prevent battery discharge, the STI is shipped with no fuse in the interior lighting circuit. In the main fuse box, install a 15-amp fuse in the interior light fuse slot. To protect the air conditioning compressor, the vehicle is delivered with the harness disconnected. So connect the air conditioning compressor clutch leads. Check the fluid levels. If any are low, add the correct recommended fluid as necessary. All reservoirs are translucent with yellow caps. Work carefully to avoid spills. The intercooler has been enlarged and a water spray system has been added. The spray nozzle is in the hood scoop with the water reservoir in the trunk. Use the key to lock and unlock the door several times to check for smooth movement and operation. The STI is shipped with the green inspection mode connector coupled. The rapid flashing of the check engine light indicates the connector is still coupled. Turn the ignition switch to the off position. The inspection mode connector has been moved closer to the hood release area. Locate and separate the connectors, then tuck them back under the instrument panel. The STI instrument cluster has a lot going on. Turn the ignition switch to the on position, but don't start the engine. The motors driving the gauges will sweep the needles to their maximum position, then return them to their minimum. The tachometer has an alarm the driver can set. The tachometer alarm does not perform fuel cut. The alarm serves primarily as a reminder to upshift. The alarm flashes a red light in the tachometer and can be set to sound a chirp as well. The digital outside air temperature display shows the RPM setting. Setting the alarm to 00 will turn it completely off. Operate the turn signals. Verify that the turn signals work front and rear and that the turn signal lamp indicators in the instrument cluster also work properly. Turn the defogger on and leave it on. Make sure the LED indicator illuminates. Check that the windshield wipers work in all switch positions. Turn the headlights on and make sure the headlights work on both low and high beams. The HID headlights are very bright and some oncoming motorists may find them too intense. A headlamp leveling switch controls the motors that can lower the headlamps in 3 steps. Verify that the instrument panel lights brighten and dim when you operate the variable illumination control. Press the hazard flasher button and make sure the hazard flasher indicators are both working. Have a helper verify that the rear lights work correctly. The STI is equipped with a 6-speed manual transmission only. A check of the transmission oil level should be part of your under-hood check. Note that the STI has a reverse lockout collar on the shifter. Lift the collar and shift into reverse. Verify that the backup lights work. Apply the parking brake and make sure it is properly adjusted. Make sure the parking brake indicator light works. Connect the new select monitor. Turn the ignition switch to on and check for diagnostic trouble codes. Leave the new select monitor connected for the road test. Test the horn. Note that the cruise control switches are now on a stalk behind the steering wheel. Signals go directly to the ECM. The STI uses no cruise control module or servo. Check the operation of the remote power mirrors. Adjust the height of the steering wheel. Set the friction lock and make sure it locks the steering wheel in position. With the ignition switch off and with the key removed, turn the steering wheel and verify that it locks. Note that only the driver's window control is illuminated when the ignition switch is in the on position. Check the function of all power windows. Check the power door lock operation as well as the window lockout. Make sure the fuel door opens and closes properly. Inspect the fuel cap and reinstall. Verify the fuel cap is tight. Make sure the child safety door locks operate properly. Verify that the door cannot be opened from the inside when the safety lock is activated. Check the tire pressure at each wheel and install the center caps. The STI is equipped with summer tires. The tread pattern and depth means they are not recommended for winter driving. Verify correct wheel fastener torque. While the STI is still on the lift, remove the protective plastic covers from the struts. The wheels can stay on, but the covers must be removed. The differential section uses gear oil. Check the lubricant level in the rear differential. The STI uses a rear differential temperature gauge that illuminates if the gear oil should exceed about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. The sending unit serves as the fill plug. Use care not to damage the sending unit. The limited slip section is sealed and is non-serviceable. Verify that mounting bolts are tight on the crossmember, the steering rack and pinion gear assembly, and the lower control arms. Note that the STI uses a cross-car performance rod to further stiffen the front of the vehicle. Now take the vehicle out for a road test. During the road test, use common sense and follow these safety rules. Obey all speed limits and traffic regulations. And always wear seat belts. Throughout the road test, try to see, hear, and feel things from the customer's point of view. Remember, if it doesn't feel right to you, it probably won't feel right to the customer. Check the engine performance in its different operating modes. Check that the transmission is performing properly and that the 6-speed manual transmission shifts smoothly. With the vehicle moving, make sure it turns smoothly and that the steering does not bind. Check that all the instruments work correctly. Check the operation of the cruise control. Make sure the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning controls all work. The STI uses a semi-automatic air conditioning system. When the automatic function is selected, the system will attempt to maintain the set temperature. When performing a PDI on any Subaru vehicle, fill the fuel tank. This is important and must be done for every new Subaru that is delivered. After filling the vehicle's fuel tank, bring it back to the shop for the post-road test inspection. Check again to see if any DTCs have been set. Check the manual transmission fluid. The 6-speed manual transmission uses standard GL5 lubricant. Check the spare tire pressure and make sure the vehicle's toolkit and the emergency jack kit are all in place. Make sure you've checked everything on the PDI form. If you notice any problems that require service or repairs, tell your service manager. Be sure to sign and date the PDI form. The 2004 WRX STI has a number of advanced features. The STI is equipped with a new 2.5-liter double overhead camshaft engine. This new engine develops 300 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, and it uses quite a bit of technology to achieve this. The STI has done away with conventional throttle cables and uses an advanced electronic throttle control. Sensors and control modules provide throttle system control, including idle and cruise control. Since the opening and closing of the throttle valve is controlled by the ECM, the air-fuel mixture is much more precisely controlled, and exhaust emissions are reduced. Subaru's variable valve timing not only increases engine output, it improves fuel consumption and also reduces exhaust emissions. The ECM monitors operation and controls the output duty ratio to oil control valves on each cylinder head. The valves control oil pressure to and from actuators inside the intake camshaft pulleys. Changing oil pressure advances or retards the intake camshafts. The intake camshaft bolts are hollow for oil flow. The exhaust camshaft bolts are solid. Do not interchange the bolts. A new special tool is designed to hold the camshaft sprocket whenever the bolt is being removed or installed. The STI 2.5-liter turbo engine uses a reinforced block, special pistons to control compression ratio, and a new oil pan designed to prevent aeration on turns. The exhaust valves are sodium-filled to improve heat transfer. They should not be resurfaced. In addition, since the sodium is considered a hazardous material, dispose of discarded exhaust valves in accordance with regulations in your area. Note that the STI uses 2 pressure caps in the cooling system. The lower radiator cap contains only a pressure relief. The upper coolant system cap has both a vacuum relief and pressure relief. Since they have different opening pressures, do not interchange these caps. The intercooler has been enlarged and a water spray system has been added. A dash-mounted button sends a signal to a timer located on the A pillar behind the glove box. Customers should be cautioned not to add alcohol, windshield wiper solvent, or any other additive to the reservoir in the trunk. Use clean water only. This tank should not be filled more than halfway during cold weather, since freezing could damage the tank. The timer sends a 2-second signal to a trunk-mounted pump. The spray nozzles are in the hood scoop. This provides additional evaporative cooling to the intercooler. The WRX STI front differential uses a cam-type limited slip differential. It is a sealed unit and must be replaced as an assembly. The rear differential is equipped with a mechanical type limited slip differential. It too is non-serviceable and must be replaced if defective. The heart of the STI's all-wheel drive system is the driver-controlled center differential, the DCCD. The DCCD system uses sensors, switches, control modules, and a planetary gear-type center differential with a built-in limited-slip clutch. The system varies the drive torque distribution to the front wheels according to the driving conditions. This improves running performance over rough roads and also reduces tight cornering phenomenon. You should make your customers aware that a high-performance vehicle like this with numerous driveline components can be expected to make more operating noise. In addition, the driver can enter a manual mode and control the clutch engagement torque by adjusting the DCCD control dial located near the parking brake. In the event of a system problem, diagnostic trouble codes are available using the flashing pattern of the indicator light. Like the front and rear differentials, the DCCD center differential is not serviceable and must be replaced if defective. The WRX STI has high-intensity discharge, HID, low-beam headlights. The high beams are halogen. HID headlights work by applying a high-voltage electrical charge, over 20,000 volts, to electrodes in a xenon-filled tube. The gas is heated and light is emitted. Use caution when servicing HID components. The high heat and high voltages mean extreme care must be taken to prevent injury. Also, the HID bulbs contain mercury. Follow local regulations for proper disposal. Because of the brightness of HID headlights, oncoming motorists may find them too intense. For this reason, the headlights have a motor that can lower the headlamps in 3 steps. A switch that can lower the headlamps to 3 different levels controls the headlamp leveling motors. The new STI is equipped with an enhanced braking system called Super Sports ABS. This system incorporates the proportioning control of electronic brake distribution, EBD, and anti-lock brakes. Super Sports ABS logic helps cornering control because it can individually control the rear wheels. The rear wheel on the outside of the turn can continue braking, while the inside wheel receives anti-lock control. The WRX STI also has Brembo high-performance brake calipers and pads. These fixed calipers apply brake force to both sides of the rotors. The front calipers have 4 pistons, the rear have 2 pistons. The calipers are not removed to service the brake pads, as the pads are easily removed. Simply remove the lower retaining pin, the cross spring, then the upper pin, and then just pull the pads out from the center opening of the calipers. This completes the 2004 Impreza WRX STI pre-delivery inspection and light technical overview. The STI is an advanced high-performance vehicle. Customers have the right to expect a lot from a vehicle like this. You have the responsibility to make sure every STI is in perfect condition when it is delivered. Keep your customers satisfied and keep them coming back by doing a good PDI each time, every time.